Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Marilyn Darling Show. Today I'm going to be showing you a fountain pen that I have received. Thanks go out to Gary and Kathy Scott for providing the pen for this review. Package came in an absurd amount of bubble wrap. Almost an inch thick. And then the pen came in this box inside of a pen condom with this very nice sponge foam bedding. Today we're going to talk about the parts and features, what I like and what I dislike, and show you some comparisons, and then do a writing sample. Have to make notes, otherwise I'll forget. I won't be a YouTuber if I don't make notes. Okay, so I'm not going to turn the light on because it's too bright. Here we have the Finial, the cap Finial. It says Hongdian L7 LT 1581 LT. I think that is the hero logo in the middle. Oh, there. $18.51. There, you can kind of see it. Hongdian 171851. Come down, they have the clip, which is unusably stiff. I can't even get it up with my fingernail. Unusable. The look of this pen is just spectacular. It's fantastic. Come down the clip. There's no step to the barrel. And then along the top of the barrel it says Hongdian, the light of hope. Isn't that cute? And it has this diamond textured pattern that goes all the way down the barrel, where it steps off to this end finial, which is rounded, and oh, there you can see my camera. And then we open the clip by putting a little bit of upward pressure with the thumb, and it has a very slick, there's no popping action, it's just a very slick, oh dear, what happened there? Oh, must have been a fuzzle. Anyway, inside the cap, let's see if we can see. Inside the cap is a cap liner that meets up with the end of the section, hopefully to keep it dry. You can see the three little spaces there that are used around this little bit here to keep the pen engaged with the cap. Okay, then we have the pen. This is an extra fine nib. Turn this off, it's too bright. We have an extra fine nib with the Hongdian logo. A beautiful number 5 rainbow steel nib. Here is a look at the plastic feed. This is a screw in. It's a screw in. Of course, you have to take off the barrel and the converter, but you can unscrew this. If you want to have another Hongdian one of these pens, I'm going to make a giant assumption and say that if you have another one of these pens, you can switch out this nib housing unit. But I want to show you that this it's not keyed, so you can twist it inside of the nib housing, and there's no key. Can we see? There's no key, so it doesn't matter how you put it in there. Take out the nib and the feed. Plastic feed. Very small channel to facilitate ink flow. I do notice, let me see if I can dry this off. I just washed it. Just make sure that everything was nice and good for the review. I do notice that there are two spaces right here. Right here. And right here. They're like flat spaces. I don't know if that has anything to do with ink flow or what it has to do with. There's the bottom of the feed. It does look like it could be keyed. Oh, it has a key here, but there's no key on the inside of the barrel of the nib housing. Okay? And then we have the nib, which has a very strange hole in it. I've never seen a hole like that in a nib before. Let's take a peek how big this nib is. Oops, is that inches? That's inches. Oops. That's a 5mm. Let me see. Too close. 5mm shoulder. So that's a number 5 nib. Shoulders. 0.68mm. 26.1mm long. In case you wanted to take this nib out, put it in another pen. Okay? Take your nib, put it on top of your feed, line up just the last fin with the shoulder, just finger nib, shove it back inside of the nib housing. There is a there's like a little thing right here. I don't know if that's for facilitating a different flow action. I have no idea. At any rate, I'm going to put that so that this little bit is on the bottom half of the feed, so that way it can get good ink action. Okay, let's take a look at this converter. This is a plastic converter, and it has a spring agitator, and it has a metal nipple, which is like a more than a bit. It's bigger than a standard converter. Double check that just to make sure. So it's way bigger than a standard converter. This is a Jinhao converter. I don't think that this would fit over this section. This goes on there like that. Just for giggles. Yeah, that doesn't even, you can see that it doesn't even. So, alright, let's talk about this converter for just a second. I hate agitators inside my converters because they're meant to facilitate the little space between the step down on the inside of the converter and the end of the nipple. It's meant to give it some capillary action down to where the butt end of it meets the nipple. Does that make sense? So I'm going to take the spring out, and if you're like me and you have greasy hands, have a little bit of rubbing alcohol, don't spray your pen, just make sure you don't have grease on your fingers or one of these grippy things. Hold your converter in one hand and wrap around the little silver bit and just twist and pull, and the little silver bit should come right off, and then you should be able to take this out with ease. And then you just, oops, oh no, pop that little guy out, put your piston back in, push that down, and then twist it back into space. Okie dokie. Let's take a look at our barrel. Our barrel is a piece of brass that has been treated with electromagnetic chemicals to get the different colors, which is really cool. Metal threads. There's the grip section. Metal threads. Okay. Let's put this back in here. Also, I did want to note that if you wanted to, you could probably put an O-ring here, but you're not going to eyedropper this, so it really doesn't matter. That's finger tight. Pop your converter on, make sure it's finger tight. Okay. You can post this because the metal section isn't going to touch. It's not going to be metal on metal, although I gotta tell you, this is probably very unwieldy for some people because it's going to do that. So maybe use it as a roll stop. And it has a very satisfying little click. It has a little click when you put the cap back on. Alright, let's ink this up. What are we going to ink it up with? Oh, I don't know. Do I have enough of this one? Okay, I think we'll go with Krishna Blue today. Dip it. Pull it up, push it down, pull it up again, and you should have just the teeny tiniest bubble at the top. Wipe off the top and the bottom of the feed so you don't bloop ink everywhere. Replace the body. Don't knock the ink over. Move this bit. Let's see how it writes. This is Unison Composition Book. And this is the Hongdian Hongdian 1851. 1851 Forest fountain pen. In rainbow. Okay. In extra fine. For an extra fine, it's pretty smooth. Let's see. No, very little line variation. It's not meant to be a flexible fountain pen. So, let's see. Let's see if it. Why am I making a whole bunch of zeros? Because as soon as you ink a pen, you have a reserve of ink in the feed. But once that ink is gone, what's going to happen then? Plus, this is a good full arm exercise. See, now we're starting to get some skipping. Of course, if you write normally with it. I'll tell you, if you're having a problem with your pen putting down ink, one of the best things that you can do is do these circles. Just do a whole bunch of them, even if it's not writing. Because what it'll do, it'll create friction. Friction will warm up the nib ever so slightly, and it will give it easier capillary action for the ink. So it'll actually make it just a tiny bit more flowy. See, we're having just a little bit of skipping here. So that's pretty normal for what I've just done to it. That's pretty normal. Okay, let's take a look at some measurements and some comparisons with other pens. Move everything out of the way so I don't lose anything. Okay. Okay. Alright, the whole pen with the cap is 132.9 millimeters. Call it 133 millimeters. Uncapped. GDSOB. Okay. Uncapped, the pen is 116.4 millimeters, 0.3 millimeters. The grip section at its smallest point is 2.6 millimeters, and at its largest point is 4.1 millimeters. So it's like 2 millimeters difference. It's small. I've got tiny hands, and you can see how small this is. The grip section is made of metal, which is not my favorite, but I can't say it's like super slippery. It's not any more slippery than my Conklin. Actually, I have to say that it is less slippery than my Conklin. I'm gonna have to worry about this unscrewing. There's no like resistance to make sure that it's gonna come unscrewed. Let's see, the barrel is 5.8 millimeters. Okay. See how much it weighs. The pen inked weighs about 31 grams with the cap and 19.7, call it 20 grams without the cap. That's 4 nickels. For anyone who's playing the home game, hold 4 nickels in your hand, and that's how heavy that pen is. Inked. Alright, let's do some comparisons to other pens. Okay. Are these gonna stay put? Oh, cross fingers. I hate that Rollstop. Ugh. Anyway, okay. Let's look at a Pilot 912. A Conklin Durograph. A Fountain Pen Revolution Jaipur. A Lamy Vista. A Platinum Preppy. A Jinhao 992. A Twisby Eco. A Twisby Go. A Jinhao X450. A Lambatao 3059. A Wingsung 3008. What else? What do we got? Let's see. I'm gonna put these back in here, otherwise I'll lose them. Okay. Right. This is full of ink. Why is this full of ink? Is this supposed to be full of ink? Oh, this is supposed to be full of ink. Okay. Here is a Noodler's Conrad, minus the end cap, the faux, the cap, the knob, piston knob cover. Words escape me. Let me see, what else? Let's do some let's look at some non-fountain pens. I'm gonna put these away before I forget where they go. And that's filled and that's filled. Okay, let's look at some non-fountain pens to give you an idea. This is a Papermate, Clearpoint, this is a Uniball Signo. Oh, I'm sorry, this is a Uniball Vision. This is a Pilot G2. This is a Sharpie. What is something that everyone has? Okay, this is a Pentel Touch Sign Pen. This is a Tombow Fudenosuke. Okay. And this is a big crystal. Slightly longer, slightly shorter than a Bic crystal. Okay. Let's see, do I have any other pens? Yes, okay. This is a jelly roll. Shorter than a jelly roll. Okay. Do I have any other pens? This is a Hero. This is a Keiko Retro. And this is an Artist Loft permanent marker. So I hope that ticked off all the boxes. And I don't mean made them angry, I mean, you know. Okay, put these back before I forget where they go. Alright. Let's see, we went over the parts, the features, the cap, the nib and the nib housing, the grip section, the feed, the converter, the barrel, the packaging, comparison, and a writing sample. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the likes and the dislikes of this here fountain pen. I like the look of it. It's a beautiful pen. It's rainbow. I love rainbows. However, it has a metal grip section, and I hate metal grip sections. I have a couple of pens with a metal grip section, and I just don't use them specifically because they have a metal grip section. I have this Conklin Durograph in rainbow, and I don't use it because it has a metal grip section. This one seems more slippery than this one does, only because of the fact that it has this very steep bit right there. So it kind of has something to dig into. This one not so much. This one has a very rounded, very soft I'm just gonna give you a little tiny hint that there's something there. Where's the other one? Where is the other one that I don't use anymore? Can I get rid of it? Oh. No, there it is. This one. This one has a metal grip section too. And I don't use it because it's too slippery. So it's a beautiful little pocket pen, but just not into the grip section. For that matter, I'm not really a fan of the Moonman T1 grip section either. This one has a blasted metal grip section, and it feels like it's made of silicone. It's so soft. I don't like it. Since this was a gift, I can't complain about the price. However, for this pen, on Etsy, goes for $21.99 plus. I don't know what that plus means. Plus shipping, plus taxes. And they come in extra fine, and bent nibs with a pen only or with a box. And the box that costs $2 more. So I'm very grateful to Gary and Kathy for sending me this pen. If you guys have any questions about this pen, please leave them in the comment section below. I like how it writes. It's nice and smooth and wet. Not like a Fountain Pen Revolution wet, but wet enough. It doesn't have any flex, which is a big sad face for me, but it's for an extra fine nib. It's really smooth. And it's nice and wet. Very nice. It doesn't really have a preference of which way it wants to go. Although, if you do go too fast and you're not hitting the angle just right, you're not going to get ink to go there. But if you slow down, take your time writing, you'll be just fine. So, Don't forget to like, comment, share this video with your friends if you think that they might be interested in this pen. Oh dear. And if you like content like this, or fountain pen ink, paper, or any other type of stationery, make sure to subscribe. That is all for today. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed that one. I hope that you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the little bell. Make sure it's set to all, so when I upload new content, YouTube notifies you. And I will be back very soon with another video. So, take care until then. Okay, love you, bye. Have a great day.